Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 as we're taking a live look out at South Medford from Coquel Casino and Resort. It's February 24th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. And right now, we first want to turn over to Storm Alert Weather 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a look at our Tuesdays. And Sarah, would you say it's going to be a soggy commute as we're heading out?
Oh, definitely. It's going to be pretty wet outside this morning. Lots of rain came down in the last 24 hours, especially overnight. Here's a live look across the region. Temperatures aren't too bad this morning. We're sitting at 47 for Medford, 55 at Gold Beach, 42 for Klamath Falls, into the 40s for Wairika as well. If you look a little bit closer, you can definitely see that rain coming down in our weather cams. And here you'll notice that it is coming down a bit heavier into places over west side, especially into Josephine and Jackson counties and into western and central Siskiyou County. Lighter amounts as you're over east side, but still pretty decent and what we need for this time of year. We could see some minor snow impacts along 97 this morning towards Chemult, but minor. Roads aren't looking too bad starting off the day. So I do want to remind you, because we are dealing with a bit of rain and we also do have that flood advisory in place for the southern Illinois Valley, including Cave Junction, O'Brien. Heavy rainfall can reduce visibility. We're seeing some ponding out onto the roads. Be careful for hydroplaning this morning. And we're dealing with some minor flooding into some areas. Make sure you're turning around, not driving through those wet areas. So here's what we have when it comes to those temperatures today. We will climb up a bit, a little bit more mild, about 56 for those temperatures for your high today into Medford. And also into Grants Pass, we'll see those mid 50s for those highs. But most of the region, if you liked yesterday's temperatures, expect that repeat heading into today. On top of that, it is going to remain rather blustery, especially if you're near the coast. But where we'll see those stronger gusts are going to be into the Shasta Valley and over east side, even continuing overnight tonight for areas over east. We do have wind advisories in place through tonight over east and then through this afternoon, at least for the Shasta Valley, where we could see those gusts up to about 55 miles per hour. In terms of the rain, we are going to see it shift its way a bit south and east of the area into your afternoon and especially overnight tonight, but the morning is still looking pretty soggy. I'll have more details on timing and how much rain we're expecting to see all coming up in your next forecast. Carlos?
Thank you, Sarah. And beginning with continuing coverage this morning, after days of delays and hours of debate on the Oregon Senate floor, lawmakers have passed Senate Bill 1599, which will move the statewide referendum from November to the May primary ballot. The bill passed on a 17-13 vote after a long floor session. Supporters say moving the election will give the state earlier answers on transportation funding and help lawmakers plan ahead. Critics say it changes the timing of a vote that voters already qualified for the November ballot.
I cannot think of a single reason, colleagues, outside of partisan political maneuvers, a single reason grounded in what's best for Oregon and Oregonians to delay the decision of the people for 6 more months. Let's get going on this. I ask your support for Senate Bill 1599.
The referendum stems from a dispute over a 2025 transportation funding law that raised gas taxes and vehicle fees to support road maintenance. Opponents gathered more than 200,000 signatures to send that law to voters.
Senate Bill 1599 does so much more than just move a date. It does damage to the trust of the people we represent. It does damage to our statutory system. It does damage to our Constitution.
The bill now heads to the Oregon House of Representatives, where lawmakers face a tight deadline. Tobias Reed says it must be signed by February 25th to appear on the May ballot. If approved there, it will go to Governor Tina Kotek. Gas prices in Oregon have surged by 17.8 cents per gallon over the past week, bringing the average to $3.78. Now, this marks a significant increase of 46.9 cents per gallon from a month ago. The price hike is attributed to several factors, including geopolitical tensions and supply constraints. The head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy said that the tensions between the United States and Iran contribute to the increased prices. In addition, localized supply constraints are also pushing prices up. Refinery outages and disruptions along the Olympic pipeline are also key issues, amplifying price pressures in the Pacific Northwest. And checking in with gas prices around our region, Josephine County is seeing prices around $4.11, while Lake County is near $3.87. Curry and Jackson County are around $4.10, while Klamath County is at $3.87. Siskiyou County residents are seeing $4.74 at the pump. And it's district tournament time. Wrestlers from across the region are battling for a spot at state. For most, it's business as usual. But for Ashland, something unusual is happening on the mat. NewsWatch 12's Danny Spanovich explains.
It's the boys' district tournament. Schools from all over the region competing to qualify for the state tournament. And Ashland has the district's defending champ, but she's a girl. Not by choice, but because they say a breakdown in communication cost them a shot at the girls' district tournament.
Logistical problems kept us from wrestling. They sent out an email about changing weigh-in times, which they've never done before.
The team says weigh-ins were moved up by 4.5 hours without notice.
We never received the email. We didn't get to wrestle, which is frustrating because all we want to do is wrestle.
OSAA says multiple emails about the weigh-in change were sent to Ashland 10 days before the tournament. Head coach Darren Shaw says the email never reached the right people.
Half in! On the OSAA website, I am the head coach and Tito is the athletic director. Neither of us were even put on that email. It was sent to Alec. At one point was an athletic director, but is no longer, and that has been made clear. Our new athletic director is Tito. They have done a forensic analysis that said that that email never made it.
Their only option, compete in the boys' district tournament.
There is no doubt in my mind both of those girls, Sage Thatcher and Lily Dominguez, would have made it to the state tournament in the girls bracket.
I was so devastated because I really thought that I could have placed at state. And last year that opportunity also got taken away from me because of an injury. So I was really banking on this year.
But coach says officials can change the bracket.
They can manipulate these brackets all the time. We have to do it the day of on tournaments constantly. It is not impossible to do this, and I don't want anyone to pretend that it is. You're just here proving something that you already earned.
The hardest thing that I had to go through is probably having a goal for myself and not reaching that goal and have it not be in my control.
In Ashland, Danny Stepanovich.
Moving into the school watch, more than $49 million in retroactive federal funding will be coming to Oregon. This funding for fiscal year 2024 comes after the Secure Rural Schools Act was reauthorized late last year. The program lapsed in September of 2023, leaving several counties across our region without funding. This led to delays for infrastructure projects, law enforcement, and rural schools. With the bill passing, several $1 million will support rural communities across Southern Oregon and Northern California. Taking a look at that funding across our region, Siskiyou County will receive more than $4 million and for Curry, Jackson, and Josephine counties, each will receive more than $1 million. Klamath County will receive more than $6 million, while Lake County will receive more than $2 million. These funds will support investments in education and infrastructure, public safety, and health. In Grants Pass, School District 7 is expanding its free early learning program to a second site. To support the expansion, the district is hosting its first ever Tee Up for Early Learning Golf Scramble on June 5th at Dutcher Creek Golf Course. Proceeds will help fund a second early learning site set to open in 2027-2028 school year, including construction of an ADA accessible playground. District officials say opening a second location is crucial, citing a growing need for early learning opportunities in the community.
There's a need for it in our community. Families are struggling to afford private tuition, and so many families fall short of qualifying for a Head Start and other government-assisted programs for preschool. And so there's just this missing middle, families that can't afford it.
For more information about the early learning program and the golf fundraiser, you can head on over to ktrv.com. And Rowe Community College is offering a supervisory and leadership boot camp next month. The camp is designed to prepare aspiring leaders with essential tools to succeed in the current or future workplace. People who attend will participate in interactive learn focus on real-world leadership scenarios.
I think that leadership classes like this, the boot camp, are a bridge in terms of helping people identify their skills, what's their attributes, even their values in terms of, how they approach their work.
This will be the third cohort for the camp, as it's set to take place on March 3rd, 10th, and 17th. For more information on pricing, you can head on over to our website. Medford City Council approved the development of a new park in West Medford, with the 8.27-acre park sitting between Dakota and Stewart Avenues. The developer will donate the park land to the Medford Parks and Rec Foundation with initial features. The city will then purchase the property from the foundation for 5% of the appraised land value. The park will include a playground, picnic shelter, restroom, dog park, safety lighting, and a basketball court, which are set to be completed by the end of June of 2027.